Hi guys, so for today's chit chat video, it's a little bit unexpected. I didn't really intend to make this video this week, but it's something that's been on my mind, so I thought, what better format, what better way than to sit down and have a chit chat about it, because I think I'm not the only one that faces this kind of problem. So today we have Gabby here and Parker. So Gabby's in an outfit that I changed him into for Monster X Stark, and Parker is in an outfit that I changed him in previously for Jealousy. So these are both outfits that are inspired by Monster X's songs and what they dressed in. And if you didn't know, I have a bunch of videos that's basically about dressing my dolls like Monster X. If you watch those videos, you would know that the rules of the game is that I'm not supposed to buy any new things and I'm not supposed to make any new things. So these two rules are I put them in place in the first video because I didn't really want it to become like something that I end up buying new things for my dolls for. And these are actually all clothes that I own. So that's why there is that rule of don't buy new things, because I didn't want to buy new outfits just for the purpose of dressing my dolls like Monster X. I think that would be kind of wasteful. A lot of Monster X outfits are stage outfits, and I don't think those are really like clothing items that my dolls would wear on a normal basis. I mean, like, they look cool like this, but I don't really always just have them hanging out in this kind of fancy outfits. So I didn't really want to buy something just to wear it once for a video and like potentially never wear again. So that's why that first rule of not buying new things is in place. So the second rule of not making new things is specific to something that I personally I guess struggle with. I do have a tendency to make a lot of things. By that I mean I have a tendency to make things that I don't really need. Sometimes just because I can, sometimes just to try, and sometimes, I kind of want to just do it for the purpose of making a video, which I think is not really something that I want my making things to be about. So I did start a series called Craft and Sew, which is basically about making new stuff, but I mean, there's only one video in it so far. So the thing with it is that I try not to make things just for a video. I try to make things that are either something that I wanted to try anyways, or something that, I may not necessarily try because it's kind of strange, but in the context of making a video, it does make sense and it doesn't take a lot of materials and things to do. So then there are some things that, it's just fun to try at least once. So I think those would go into that category of videos. But in general, I think I try to avoid getting into a habit of making new things just because I don't want to buy them. But for both buying and making, it's kind of similar in the sense that when you buy new things, you basically spend money, and then when you make new things, you're spending time. You can argue that spending money is spending your time, and yeah, generally I just don't really want it to be like, I'm just doing things only for the purpose of the video. That's really what I don't want to get into. So yeah, that's kind of long. Let me let me just get into why I started this chit chat, or why this is something that I was struggling with. So with this series of dressing my dolls like Monster X, it's kind of like the more you are focused on this, the more you kind of see things that fit what you're looking for. So when I'm just like browsing doll clothes or browsing to buy them other things, like just normal doll clothes for their characters dressing, not like, like Monster X, I will come across things that fit. So I'll just put some examples up on screen. I found like this pair of what's that called? I suppose fancy track pants. Fancy track pants that have snaps on the sides of them. So that's one of it, which fits this song from Monster X called Fighter. And I also came across this other thing. I'm not really sure what to call it, but this thing that Monster X also wears in this song called Alligator. So I'll try and put the prices up on screen as well. But basically, yeah, like it's like I see these things and do I buy them? Do I not buy them? For the purpose of making a video. And like, if you recall to my lengthy introduction, one of the rules of the game is that I'm not supposed to buy new things. So that's been something that I've really been considering lately, because yeah, it's very easy to want to just, buy these things and like continue to make more videos. I think at the moment, without digging deeply into my doll closet, I'm not sure that beyond whatever they have and like that other video that I dressed Sion in, I'm not sure that I have enough clothes to continue the Monster X, dressing my dolls like Monster X series. Or if I do continue, the clothes will get less similar, or I might have to choose like less iconic outfits, in the sense that like maybe there are more iconic outfits for a particular song, but I just don't have clothes for it, so I have to choose like something else that maybe they wore in a promotion. But like if you look at the outfit, you won't really think, oh hey, this is this song from Monster X. So that's what I mean by less iconic. So I mean, I can continue down that path as well, which is fine. But I think the thing that is difficult for me is also that when I like where do I draw the line? So in the first episode of this series, actually I dressed Sion in a jumpsuit, and that jumpsuit, basically I bought it because it reminded me of Monster X. But I did it before like I did the whole video series thing, so I honestly just got it because I thought it was cool. It reminded me of Monster X. Why not? Then, so technically I did buy that for dressing my doll like Monster X in some sort of way, but like, also like not really. So these outfits are completely like whatever I already have, and I might be able to squeeze some other like, not so iconic outfits out. But yeah, like when it comes down to it, it's like why I think to me it's sort of like I have to ask myself why I'm doing this series of videos. The first one being, of course, that I really like Monster X, and I think their styling and their dressing is very inspiring to me. It's very interesting. It also, by dressing my dolls like Monster X, it kind of makes me try coordination decisions that I won't try otherwise. So I think it's a good learning experience for me. But the flip side to that is also that like I don't want to get into a point where I'm kind of just like, referencing, like a lot of the outfits are just referencing Monster X. Yeah, like I don't want that to be the only style influence in a sense for my dolls. So Yeah, I'm sorry if it seems a bit like all over the place. That's because I'm, really just talking about this like I would to a friend, just sharing all my different thoughts, kind of unorganized as they come. So, let me know if you like that, or if you don't like that. I'll see. I may or may not change it, but like, it's always good to know whether this is something that you enjoy. Sometimes I do like videos of people a bit more informal, a bit more personal. So yeah, let me know what you think. But back to the thing. So there were two like specific things that I mentioned, right? Like the pants and the thing. So the thing is, the skeleton looking thing is really expensive. I mean, well, okay, I mean, it's not fair to call it really expensive, but it's more expensive than I would like to pay, or like than I'm willing to pay for it. So the other downside to that thing is that I don't have any outfits that I can use it with aside from dressing my dolls like Monster X. So it's really expensive for one-time use in that sense. So it's kind of out of my range in the sense that I most likely will not buy it, and I'm pretty okay about that. So, I mean, yeah. So this thing is made by Night Market BJD, which I like the stuff. I bought those posture collars from them, which I really like. So I know they have good stuff, and I know why it's expensive. Because I'm a maker myself. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I understand why the prices are the way they are, but just for the purpose of me as a consumer, I don't see myself paying that price because I would only use it once for a video, and like I don't know what to dress them in that I would actually make use of that. I don't have any dolls that's like warriors in any way that would need that kind of armor. So yeah. The pants, on the other hand, is a bit trickier in the sense that it is kind of like modern outfit. So, like them in their non-dressy stuff, they can still wear the pants. The only thing, I realize I say the only thing a lot, so it's probably not the only thing, but just bear with me. So the thing with the pants is that at this point, I've been staring at it for so long that I cannot tell whether I want it just for the video or whether I want it just for the video, whether I actually want to dress like my dolls in those pants, or whether I'm trying to convince myself that I would dress my doll in those pants because then it would justify me buying it for the video. Does that make sense? So basically, I'm worried that I am just convincing myself that I would buy the pants and actually have my dolls wear them in normal settings, but that may not be the case, and because if I can justify it that way, then I can buy the pants, which I'm worried that I'm just falsely justifying it just to get the pants for the video. So yeah, it sounds a bit convoluted, and honestly it's a really small thing. Like it's a really small thing in the sense that the pants are not super expensive, to be honest. And it's probably fine to buy them and like sell them if I don't like them. But the thing is, I think I circle back to it as a principle of a matter thing. So that's why I struggle with trying to figure out whether I really want to get those pants or whether I don't. And like aside from this like whole dressing my dolls like Monster X thing, in a broader context, I think the doll hobby is a lot about collection. So you buy a lot of stuff in general, even just to dress your doll like normally. So you have to like get a doll, you have to get their face up, you have to get them wigs, eyes, clothes, some accessories. shoes, and then sometimes there's like props. You probably need more than one set of outfits, maybe more than one shoe, one pair of shoes, one pair of eyes, more than one wig, etc., etc. And it's because it's very much like a collection kind of thing, it's inevitable that you buy stuff. Like, that's kind of how the hobby is. So when you buy stuff, it's very easy to fall into the trap, I guess, of buying more stuff even if you don't really need it. So I've definitely gotten into that with like the actual doll itself, like buying more dolls than I actually want or actually feel comfortable with having. Because, you know, it just seemed cooler to have more dolls. Yeah, which isn't a really good reason, but like sometimes you just want to own more stuff. Because it's like, oh, I've never tried this before. Yeah, so I think sometimes I do that with outfits as well. Like, I kind of got over that with dolls after the decluttering, but with outfits, I think because they're like cheaper than dolls, it seems easier to justify in the monetary sense, I guess. But in the principle of the matter, it's not. It's kind of the same thing. It's just, you know, thinking that more stuff is good, and that's not always the case. And it's more difficult because it's a collecting hobby, so in a sense you do need more stuff up to a certain extent. So yeah, I think I've been talking for long enough, but that was my struggle, or that is still my struggle with buying stuff for them in general, and also like specifically for videos. I really try not to do things just for the purpose of the video. I want to just share with you things that I would be doing otherwise, or, you know, use the video making schedule as kind of like a prompt, like a poke for me to like actually try and do more things with my dolls, which I already want to do anyway. I just sometimes don't have the motivation to do it. So that's what I try to do, and yeah, there are some times where I struggle with this, and I can't tell if I'm just, you know, trying to justify buying things to myself. And on the other hand, sometimes it's like, if you don't try new things, you never really know whether you like them. Like, if I didn't have too many dolls, or if I didn't have too many outfits, I wouldn't know what I liked or disliked. So it's not as clear cut as like, oh, more is bad, or like less is better, or like more is better. I mean, like, any of these positions could be fine. I think it's really how you think about it. So yeah, I'm still thinking about the track pants. I think the arm thing is definitely out, since I'm really quite sure that I would not use it in any other outfits. But the pants is kind of like, yeah, I might. And it's also something that my dolls don't wear pants like that. My dolls tend to have either just, you know, jeans or like dress pants. So those track pants with the snaps would be something that I've not tried before. And I might go either way. I might just completely not buy the pants, or if you see them in a future video, you would know that I've bought the pants. But yeah, I think whatever the outcome, I think it's important to think through this for myself. You may find it pedantic, that's fine. I know it's probably more than what people really care about. Like, often I find myself struggling with this notion of more, and whether more is really necessarily better. And sometimes when I talk to my friends, I just find that, you know, it's not really something that they really consider a problem. So I'm aware. But if you're like me, or somewhat like me, where you struggle with this kind of thing, you're not alone in this. I struggle with it as well. So yeah, I think that's all for today. There isn't a conclusion per se. I think it's just something that I wanted to share. It's kind of weird to try and share this on a dress-up video where it actually occurs. So I guess it's a bit more like a informal chit-chat video is a better situation. I don't really have behind the scenes. So yeah, that's the struggle that goes behind all these dress-up videos in general, and also like dress-up videos specifically for dressing my dolls like Monster X. I always struggle with like, oh, this outfit looks interesting, should I just buy it for a video? Or should I, really try and do more with whatever I already own? And like, I do own quite a bit of doll clothes after so many years of being in the hobby. Sometimes it's just easier to buy new things because it's like, hey, this is cool. But there's actually a lot that I can do if I really force myself to dig through all the clothes that I do own and do something with them. So it's just that it takes a lot of effort sometimes, mental effort, creative effort, things like that. And sometimes my brain just wants to take the easy way out by buying new stuff. So anyway, yeah, thanks for listening to my struggles. And my chit chats have always been informal, but I think this in particular is a bit more scatterbrained than usual. So let me know whether you find it more interesting or less. I'll definitely take that into consideration, though I can't say how my next videos or my next chit chat videos will turn out either way. But yeah, alright, that's all for today. Bye.